Hi everyone, it's FC.Liverpool. Everything about Liverpool, everything. We'll be talking about, as the title says, what is going on at our club. I'll be talking to me guests. I'll be talking to me daughter Francine. She's on. I'll be talking to George Scott, the lad who Shankly signed, Shankly himself. I'll be talking to Tommy Batty, the millionaire from Birkenhead, because that man does everything. I think he's the only man in the world to swim the Mersey underwater without coming up for a breath. And it's absolutely amazing, what this man achieved. Better than our Francine jumping out of a plane for mental health. And better than George Scott for signing for the Shanks. Let me just make you've got to start, haven't you? Because of all what's going on with us all. It's just absolutely embarrassing. So to bring on is the very first message, and it's from Valley S. Hello from Ohio, USA, dear friends. Isn't that nice to start off with? Frank, you are the reason. Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, Valley. Thank you so much. And Shane McGowan, evening, and there's a pint there. I wonder if Shane's coming down on Thursday, which we'll be going into a little bit later on, because on Thursday, it's a very special day for Marios, who hopefully will be coming on tonight. So I'll bring our Francine off. She wasn't too well actually. She has to wear a scarf for that. She said, "Dad, I can't drive down to you." I said, "Okay, no worries." She said, "But I want to come on." I said, "Okay." She said, "I'll have to wear a scarf." I said, "Okay." And there she is now.
Hiya. Oh, it's awful.
I'm gonna bring George Scott on because you'll get no sympathy from Tommy. From George.
Hiya, Frank.
Oh.
Hey, Francine.
Hello.
What's happened to you?
Oh, I can't look to me left.
Never mind. You look great.
Oh.
I feel ashamed.
Frank, just put me on there left.
Yeah.
All right, George. Hello, Francine.
Hello, mate.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, God, it's like emergency water before we start.
What's this all
We've
about?
had
What's this
enough of
about you
hospitals
swimming in
over the last
Mersey?
couple of years.
Say no notice of him. He's had too much right being by the looks of him.
Anyway, Jake Whittaker, boys, he says, all right, Frank, what do you think of FSG and Liverpool not getting the signings over the line like we wanted to last week? Because it's down to the director of football, isn't it? I reckon, as well as wages. Yeah. We'll be going into all that, to be honest. G, we'll be going into that. And hello, Francine, George, Tommy. Get well soon, Francine, says Valley.
Oh, thank you, Valley.
Hello, Valley. Hiya.
All the way from Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
She's become a big net, just like the lot of us. And Jake Whittaker. Hi, Frank and the gang, staunch LFC supporters tonight. Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, listen, I think that's a very good, Jake just said, didn't he? what do you think of FSG and Liverpool not getting the signings? And I'm going straight to you, George.
Well, it's been really, really embarrassing, to be honest, Frank. I have to say that, right from the beginning, we've been talking about this ourselves for weeks now, and I can't believe that Liverpool went for Caicedo, probably knowing that he wanted to go to Chelsea. Did they not do the research beforehand? Did the director of football not talk to people and find out what his mood was, get behind the scenes, allow us to be exposed like that? Of course, Chelsea then give him a 9-year contract, which again is ridiculous. It's just getting past the fair play rules, really, financial rules. And, same with Lavia. We're going for Lavia with 45 million, then 46 million, then 50. It's just embarrassing, really. I mean, you've got to think to yourself, are these the players we really want? I know we need these players in those positions, but are they really the players we want that don't want to come to Anfield? I want players to come here that want to come, want to perform for the club and the fans. Doesn't look like either of these. Well, Lavia may want to come and his agent may be messing about, but I don't think Caicedo wanted to come. And again, I think, one of the things we really need, I think, from Saturday is a fullback, a right back, because we were exposed on Saturday, I thought, a little bit on both flanks, because Trent was neither midfield nor fullback. He seemed to be wandering about in the middle. But to answer your question, Frank, yeah, embarrassing. I can't say any stronger words than that. For a club of Liverpool's stature, we are right up there at the top clubs in the world. We shouldn't be getting messed about like this. So one of the problems, I think, is the director of football. He's only here for the summer, then he's off. We've had 2 before him. And when Michael Edwards was here, we were doing the transfer business pretty well. So we need to get back to basics. There's still 2 weeks to go till the end of the transfer window. So we need to get busy and get those players in the next 2 weeks.
Well, just before I go over to Tommy, then Francine, Brian Edley says, I'm absolutely fuming with the defending. So that's your point as well, George. But we will be talking about all this. We will, during the podcast, we will be talking about it. And I'm going over to Tommy. Tommy, what's your stance on what Jake said?
It may be me being bad-minded, but I don't think FSG had any intention of paying 111 million.
Okay.
Knowing Chelsea were coming in with a higher bid, knowing he didn't want to come here, but they had to make show. Yeah, we got this. And I don't think they had any intention of paying it.
Okay, no, we'll come back to that because that's a very important issue. It really is a very important issue. And can you do me a favour, Tommy? It's the usual. Yeah, please, and come back on next week. No, I'm only
He's got a froggy
I don't know, but then look over the neck now, laughing.
Your mic's got a sore throat.
He's great, isn't he? Isn't he? I'm going over to our Francine. The same to you, Francine.
Well, for one, I think it's pure greed on both agents, because Brighton chairman's come out now and said, didn't he? He went for the money, obviously. I mean, that's a bold move for FSG to put in 111 bid, winning the auction for them, the player, not to come. Either they've got foresight and they knew that the wages that Chelsea were coming in with was a gazumped Liverpool's, because obviously we've got a cap on our wages. But if that was the case, it would have come smacking them in the face if Caicedo was went, right, all right then, here I am in a red shirt. I think with Lavia, I mean, and this is on my behalf, if I'd have known that these have gone for someone else and then these are coming for me, because that lad knows that he's about third fiddle, I think, for a defensive midfielder at Chelsea. I think now they've bought at least 6. They've got at least 6 players that can play that role. So, I mean, that's Pochettino doesn't set the world alight. It's got to be money, because, Chelsea never even qualified for Europe. I think, never mind Liverpool's stature or whatever, they didn't even qualify for Europe. So
I'm sorry there, Francine, but someone said it's this particular window that's just gone on with Chelsea and Liverpool. It's exploded the myth of what fans were saying, that any player will come to Liverpool and Klopp. Klopp can bring anyone in, like a magician, just bring anyone in. And I believe that, to be honest. The myth has been exploded.
No, it's money. It's money. I'm sorry,
No,
whoever said that.
you're right. You're
It's
right,
money.
absolutely.
You know,
Well,
agents now have a bigger pull, and it's been going on for years. Agents now call the shots on everything, and you know, if you're going to get offered £250,000 a week, who's not going to go for that?
Okay. Can I just
Especially
say
when you've
what
got no affiliation. I mean, all the things reports were coming out that Casado was saying, Ovo always wants to play for Man United, Ovo always wants to play for Real Madrid. You know, he's got no loyalty anywhere, really, has he?
Okay, can I just say something? It's Tony Keegan Murphy saying, "Hi all, hope you're well. You never walk alone. What an absolute shambles. We've fallen miles since Michael Edwards left in terms of transfers." Okay, now let me just go through these particular comments, please, and what we'll do, we'll answer them all. Jake, that's another point when Michael Edwards was in charge. We were very shrewd in the transfer market. Anfield Row, great name that, isn't it? Anfield Row. Good evening, Frank and the gang. Great, getting called. Did you ever think that you'd be in a gang, George?
No, 60 years ago.
Yeah, 60 years ago, absolutely.
I had Paddy. I was out with Paddy, watched the match with Paddy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I thought he was with Steve Evans as well.
Yeah, but that was later. But no, it was with
Paddy.
I was with I watched the match with Paddy, yeah.
Oh well, that's nice. Getting yourself around, eh?
No wonder the next racket.
Yeah.
Evening all, these Saudis need to jog on. Forget about the players who don't want to come, like that kid Inacio to come in at centre half. Get Lewis from Benfica centre mid, and we'll be okay. I go along with that. They're two very, very good players. He's spot on there.
That's what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's brilliant, to be honest. I really do. I just need to go through. I'm awfully sorry. I'm awfully sorry, because these are all right, these people. Right? Soulboy Fran. I don't think we'd have gone for Casino, Lavia, without Fab and Endo going. They would have stayed with what we would have stayed with what we've got. Yes, I agree. But I think we would have had to go in. We would have been screaming now. If Henderson and Fab would have been still there, we would have been saying we really need another midfield player. We really need a left-sided centre-back. We got a DM too.
Do you think Henderson was the starters on Sunday?
Yeah.
If he was playing?
Yeah.
He probably would have done, yeah. I think he would have.
Well, Steve Evans says in other news, just seen a vid of Anfield Road, gonna be a while till that's fully ready. And this is what we've been going on about through the show, about the stand. Absolutely, that's shambolic. It's awful. They had a big testing today, for health and safety and other things. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. It's just gone on and on and on. I seen the workers there, during the the building of the new stand. There was hardly any workers. I thought it would have been a site full of ants, if you know what I mean. Ants. But now they're starting to bring more people in. and panicking now, you know, doing the brickwork, and it's a disgrace. It really is, and that's my take on it anyway. So listen, I'm going straight over to Tommy, if you don't mind. Tommy, I mentioned there before about this fiasco. I really don't want to go on too much about this fiasco over there, the signings, if you don't mind. I really don't want to go on it all night. We'll move on to different things, because I think there's some great comments on here that need to be heard. Okay, what's your take on the fiasco, Tommy?
I'm so surprised Jurgen Klopp hasn't spoke to either of them players. Because either of them players would have spoke to Jurgen Klopp, they would have signed for Liverpool. I just don't understand why he never even spoke to them.
Yeah.
And he's been very quiet about it as well.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Ridiculous that he hasn't spoke to them, Tommy. The manager should be speaking to them one way along the line. He's the most important guy in our club. He should be talking to them and explaining the benefits of coming to Anfield, working under him. Pochettino's just started at Chelsea. They've got about 40 players. These guys might not get a place in the team at Chelsea eventually. You know, and if you look at Arsenal, they've signed a guy for a huge amount. He's gone down injured for 4 months. Kevin De Bruyne is down injured for 4 months. The same could happen to Caicedo. It's a lot of money to pay for a young lad. And, you know, I just think Klopp could have had him here with us and the same with the other lad and developed them, and they'd have been in the team.
Yeah.
Well, there's Keegan Murphy saying always only Liverpool and the people running the club bringing me down as usual. And it's shocking, because I just don't know. And FFP as a myth doesn't exist where Chelsea and Man City are involved as well. Let me just go on to this. And it's Brian Edley. Klopp is still looking for excuses for his lack of defensive knowledge, blaming no number 6, etc. But you've got to blame the number 6, Brian. You have to. A holding midfield player is one of the most important in any team. That's why we were going after Caicedo. That's why we were going after him. And it is. But anyway, he keeps on saying, why on earth he played 4 in midfield, and the midfield getting run over before they can turn around to help them. Looking at his defenders, spoon-fed all the time, big grown, experienced defenders not putting in the yard. We could, Charlie Wood, evening goal, he says.
Yeah, Charlie.
And I'm pretty disappointed today, the Lavia lad. Was so disappointed in our blatant change of focus from him in the deal. I'm going to go to you now, Tommy. I'm going to go to you. That felt like he was just an option. I'm going to you, Tommy, here. Now, you said something. No, hang on, Tom.
The thing is...
Hang on, Tom. You said something before, and a lot of people have said this, that this was a ploy. It was a ploy. Because don't forget, Bowley and John Hendry know each other. The Wall Street fellas, they meet every other day or whatever. They're always in Wall Street, these lads.
He was at Stamford Bridge on Sunday.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so what was you saying before?
I'm convinced that they had no intentions of paying £111 million. No way would they pay that. It's just crazy. And you go on about the Saudi money. It's just the way things are now. And it's always going to be there. So we've got to get on with it.
Have you read the latest?
Go ahead.
I just, before I tell you the latest about Saudi, by the way, I'm not sickening. Can I just say to people, please just please get the algorithm out there. You know, if you liked it last week, like it again this week.
Go on YouTube and like it. So you've got to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Is
just
that what
like
I'm
it
gonna
on
say?
Facebook.
You can't say those who work, can you?
Don't.
No,
You're
no,
not
no.
going to tell me that Henderson's being beheaded. Oh yeah, is that the latest news from Saudi?
Yeah, that they've gone in for, and that wouldn't surprise me. They've gone in for Allison, and they're putting a bid in now, or they put a bid in. I just don't know. I don't know the
That's not good.
information yet.
You're getting all
That's
these
not
rumours,
gonna-
Frank. They said they were talking to Salah on the internet
Yeah.
today. It's just you
I'm
don't know
telling
who
you.
to believe. People just feed these rumours in. Mischief.
No, I fully
I hope it's
understand that.
mischief. Anyway, put it that way.
Well, as Neil Broderick says, Klopp shouldn't be in this mess 7 years into his job, and I think that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, but he had owners who backed him. He wouldn't be.
I don't believe any of this, though. To be honest, it's getting me down. It really is. I'm going to ask Francine. What do you think, Francine? How bad do you feel about the midfield now and about the war chest and the rebuild and everything else? Yet we've only brought 2 players in.
Oh, well, I'm sickened, and our troubles being the midfield. People just running through it. Like sometimes I wonder where it off, and the same happens. I mean, the 2 lads who we brought in, great. The precision balls and everything, they're brilliant. We've got someone who can take great corners, but we need someone just to hold and sit in front of our defence, because Robbo's lost it. Conte Saudi's coming for him, and Trent, he doesn't know where to play, because he's probably like, yeah, I'm great as with that. But last season, towards the end, he had him coming in, didn't he? Coming into the midfield, but it exposes our right then. So I don't know. And when you've got when he's got players coming at him and then big long balls over, he gets lost. So I'm devastated.
Okay.
I mean, I know like this is, but we need like a midfield battler for me. We haven't had one of them for years.
Absolutely. Well, what do you think of Steve Evans about this? This is a very good question. I'm going straight to you, George. Does anyone question why Edwards and then Ward left? I don't see the questions being asked. Someone at the club needs to take him to task over this. The farce of the press conference Friday was laughable. It's like above him. There's no respect for Jurgen whatsoever. Grim from the club, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jurgen at the moment, to be honest. He doesn't deserve what's happening to him. He looks a bit drawn to me, and he looks as if he's got a lot on his, well, he obviously has got a lot on his mind. But Liverpool are very quiet at the moment about that. I'm looking at papers, I'm looking at internet, all these rumours with different clubs signing players. There's not a peep coming out of Anfield. And I agree with Tommy said about the ploy, because they've forced Chelsea to pay an extra 10 million, 15 million or something. They knew that Caicedo wanted to go to Chelsea. So there was I think it was to satisfy fans like ourselves that look at us, we're going to spend 100 million on Caicedo. But I tend to agree with Tommy that they probably felt and they knew that they wouldn't get him for that anyway, because he was on his way to Chelsea. And I agree with Francine, we need desperately a holding midfielder. Saturday, I was really worried about some of the balls going through out to the flanks. And, we could have been punished. We could have been punished really badly. Robbo seemed to be a bit too far in. The ball was going out to Sterling, and the other side, Trent the ball was going over to the left and coming back in. And we only started, funny enough, to improve once the substitutes came on. It's incredible the last 20 minutes running around.
Tommy and I have been saying for 18 months now that there's something drastically wrong with Robertson. He said that he's lost his pace. People say, "Oh, go away," isn't? But we've been saying it for a while, haven't we, Tommy? I wouldn't have minded them being sold. I'm being honest. I'm brought a new left back in, a new left
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, but you
I-
can't say that though, can you, Dad? Because
I just said it.
you know, yeah, no, well, you can say it. Obviously, you can, but his goal assists speak for themselves, you know, and
You do over the last 3 or
usually,
4 years.
yeah,
You do after that over the last 3 or 4 years. Last season and it looks like this season, he's really doing that.
He's doing nothing. No,
yeah,
and this is what we were
still won
talking
on the
about
goal
all
assist.
through last season.
And you look at us on Sunday. The biggest disappointment for me is when we had the ball. Our final pass was atrocious.
It was atrocious. We could have been 3-0 up in the first 20
The
minutes.
first 20 minutes we were brilliant.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
we
the
were.
story of Liverpool for the past couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I hit them at the beginning, slack off towards the end, like from 20 minutes on, and just hope that we can maintain it. But we haven't got a midfielder to hold that. And then the same again.
But
It's
the thing is,
exactly the
Francine,
same over and
if that
over
doesn't
again.
make up for the bad balls, that's either in front of them too much or behind them too much. The only good ball was Mo's ball to
The
Diaz.
vision,
Yeah.
I just want to say about that, the vision of Mo seeing that run from Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh, breathtaking.
Yeah,
Even
but that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephen Snape says, evening everyone, it seems Klopp's not being kept in the loop, which is a very fine point. This is what we've been going on about. There's other potential acquisitions as a DM, but our recruitment department is nothing short of farcical.
Yeah.
There you
Totally
go.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we've been talking about, but they are not bothered about honours money in London. Don't want players like that. They're not going to put a shift in. Well,
Yeah.
you
Well,
see these
Frank,
comments.
we want players like that. We do want players like that, but these guys obviously did. Well, certainly Casado wanted to go to Chelsea. I don't think he was ever going to come to Liverpool. It's my view. I don't think he was ever going to come. He just had his mindset.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to the bright lights of London for the money.
Yeah.
We need somebody in that position, but I don't know whether we needed him. There must be others we can get in there.
No,
Those
I think
guys out there not like that.
Oh, there's loads of players. What's it? Oh God, I'm gonna say it wrong. Like Sangera, who
Yeah.
I think
Sangha, yeah.
I think
Sangha.
PSG have just put a bid in for 30. He's got to get a buyout clause for 35 million. Get him in. Get 3 of them.
Oh,
Get
shit.
3 of them in for the price. You know, sometimes people say, oh, you know, we need like to buy someone for 100 million or whatever. I mean, you know, if we had this 111 million, what happened with the Bellingham thing?
It's a load
But
of
anyway,
nonsense. As Tommy said, Francine, before, it's a load of nonsense. Tommy, I don't know whether I told you as well, Francine.
Yeah.
When we went in for Bellingham and Tchouameni, when we went in for him, I said, "There's no money there. We're not going to buy him. This is phony. This is phony." Boston.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Didn't I, Tommy?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, that was enthusiastic, wasn't it? Yeah.
he backed you there, Dad.
Yeah. But the thing is, we can go, I mean, we all go on about Casado and Lavia. I mean, why didn't we just get the 50 million for Lavia? If we've got this much money, why didn't we just get Southampton the 50 million for Lavia?
Yeah.
And 50 million for somebody else. Yeah. Get 2 players for 110 million.
That makes me think
One fullback
FSG
and
are
one
not
midfield
interested.
defensive player.
Well, Gareth Williams says, I hope all is well. My biggest point here is why you're appointed on a short-term basis. That's Schmacker, isn't it? Jörg Schmacker.
Yes.
And second, if now, as seen, they offered 110 million, should we expect them to spend? This is what we're talking about, Gareth. You know, whether we will or not. And even if Frank, Francine, Tommy, George, by the way, all the crap on Sunday, excuse my words, and this is how it's going. to be honest.
I wouldn't go as far as that.
No, exactly. Lavia knocked us back because the club can't be bothered about him. No other reason. Chelsea took advantage of that and offered him more money. These Americans have got the money, the same money they've made off us. Never put their own money into the club. George.
We know that.
Well,
Yeah, well, it's self-sufficient. They've made us self-sufficient. But I don't care what you say, right? On shirt sales alone, we must be making more than what they're saying that we've got to spend. I don't care what you say. I mean, they cut the wage bill. We've got, what, 22 in the squad? You know,
Yeah, smaller squads, I think. I think
well,
us and
well, I mean,
Burnley
the thing is, we've got 22 in the squad, so, you know, say that that's like one for each player, but it's not. And like when they say 22, they're kids as well.
yeah.
That was still bedding in.
I was out today, and a family passed me with 4 kids. None of them are they're all under 15. Every one of them had a green and white shirt on. This new kid, you know, the green and white check. Every one of them.
And
How
you
much
know,
does that
green is my unlucky colour.
cost?
Honestly,
That's why I
green.
always wear red flag.
I remember getting a car and it was green, and I said, oh, shall I get it? Anyway, I got it. And parked up outside the university, you know, all nice and parked. Outside a big Catholic church as well. And bang, when I left work and I went around, there's a big dent in my passenger side.
Yeah, but the police.
And some
The
kids
police
were
be done it.
some little kid came up to me and went, a big lorry at that, you know, mate. I said, yeah. I said, you never done it, did you? And he went, no, a big lorry, honest. But that's it. So, right,
It was an
I'm
Evertonian.
gonna go on to something here. Right after what I read about Keegan Murphy says, facts. Our owners have let us down. The best manager of this generation. I've let down the best manager of this generation, time after time, and we are always 2 to 3 players short of what we need every year. Great point. One injury away from disaster. Now, Barry Mason, I don't know, Barry. Thank you for coming on, Barry. Thank you. Evening, ladies and gents. Love you, old school supporters. Francie, you getting... Oh.
Well, I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
No. He's not talking about you. Talking about me and Tommy.
He is.
Frank.
Oh, mate.
No, it's not about it.
I'll kill you, Tommy.
He thinks especially me.
Did you hear that shot? I'll kill you, Tommy.
I heard it, yes.
I think Klopp has something up his sleeve.
My first wage for Liverpool, £7.50 a week.
Well, that's it.
Far too much.
That's it.
I was only 15 at the time. It's a good wage, that 15, £7.50 a week.
No one's let me
It was
speak.
3/4 of what my father was earning.
Like as Barry Mason says, he says, I think Klopp has something up his sleeve. Trust the man. He is a genius. I'm just being optimistic.
Well, that's all you can
that's
be,
what I
isn't
think.
it?
That's
He's being very quiet about it, if he is.
That's why I think he's quiet, Tommy. He's quiet at the moment. There's something going on, I'm telling you. Something going on.
We have to have hope. We have to have hope. And this is...
Well, isn't that one of Klopp's not tricks, but ways where he says nothing and then we just pull these people out the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you perfectly say, though, lost him. And hasn't said nothing since.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Charlie, well, this is the problem. Can you just please press the like? Just press the like if you're tuning in and like what you see and hear and everything else. We need the algorithm to get up there. Please just click the like. Thank you. Oh, subscribe. It costs nothing. If you haven't subscribed, just subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, the problem never started with the window. He means this window, by the way. We've needed players for years. The long ball over the top is killing us. We needed everyone defending in the second half. And I think that's a very, very good point. I watched the Wolves game last night. Their midfield looked class. Wasn't Klopp after Nunes last season? He looked class.
No.
They actually tore United to bits. They just lacked a goal scorer, Jota. 23 chances at Old Trafford. That's right, though.
Yeah.
Again, we were heavily linked, weren't we? With
Yeah.
I think we still are. I think
Yeah, we
that's
are.
opened
Nunes.
up again.
Well, we have to be. He's got to bring someone in. He has to bring
He looked
someone
great.
in. And that's the point. It's just ridiculous.
He was probably putting himself in the shop window as well, wasn't he?
He was brilliant, quick, fast, tricky.
I don't know what happened there.
But how
I
old
haven't
is
a
he? Is he
clue what happened.
27?
Yeah. In his prime.
27.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened. And Jason, I don't think Jason's, the producer.
Wow, what's happened?
I don't know. I can't see us. I've come off. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh,
We can see. I can see everybody. Yeah.
you look good.
Yeah.
Keep going,
see
Frank. I can
anybody.
see you.
Yeah, come on, just carry on.
Now you know what it's
Well,
like to be blind.
Ethan.
Just carry on. We can
Right.
hear you and see
I
you.
don't know what I'm telling you. Oh, I can see us now. I'm back. I'm back. Look at this
Technology.
name. Look at this fantastic name. Fantastic. I'm going to ask our Francine to read this beautiful name out. Can you see it?
Iwu Tongue Plus.
Pious.
No, it's
Pious,
Pious, isn't it?
Pious,
Is
like
it
the Pope,
Pious?
yeah. The old Pious.
But what's his
Pious.
first name?
Iwu Tongue, Pious.
Tongue. It's a crack at that.
Yeah. I would tell
I hope he does the same for us.
Yeah.
cracking name.
Yeah.
We've got enough
Yeah,
names we
we
can't
see,
pronounce, haven't we?
Listen to this. When will you people buy new player at Liverpool? Why are you mocking around? Obviously,
Well,
he's.
question.
Yeah, it's a question. For us, really, it must be a Liverpool.
It's what we all want to know.
Well,
That's
I
true.
mean, like, who hands up? Who was like really? I was looking forward to this transfer window, especially when we bought two so quick, and then it just tumbleweed, and then it was like a panic thing. But I want to say something about this Lavia. So when Lavia's name got bandied about, everyone was like, no, we don't want him. We want, and then they were saying like Casado, all these other players. And now that he doesn't want to come, everyone's like gutted that we're not getting him. But that's, my dad said it, that he's just potential, isn't he? So
Yeah,
we
sure.
should be getting someone who can come in and lead from the front.
Absolutely.
And I think you said last week, George, you said it's such a big thing to put on such a young head. And maybe as advisors had said, you're going to get thrown into the lion's den here. And if you mess up, you're only 19, go to Chelsea where you can be bed in.
Yeah.
Well, you think he's only had a limited number of Premier League appearances in a team which finished by a distance bottom of the league. So he's not somebody I don't think is going to come in as a finished article as a
because
defensive
Casado's only had 44 games, 45
Absolutely,
games.
Yeah. You can't compare him with like McAllister as a World Cup winner.
No.
Stephen Williams says something is going on behind the scenes. Once the envy of world football in terms of transfers and how we went about signing players to being an absolute joke. I can see Klopp walking.
No.
I can't.
Well, if Klopp did walk,
no,
then you know,
No.
there'd be uproar, wouldn't there, really?
Oh yeah,
It's never going to happen. Never happen.
No, that'll never happen. Not this season, anyway. If things went really badly this season, towards the end of the season, everybody's human, but he's a lot invested in his team, in his club, and he's done so well for us in the last 7 years. We should never forget that. It's been amazing.
yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah. If we sold Robbo, we wouldn't have anyone to replace him. That's the way I'm trying to.
You got Simicast, who's just as good as him.
Yeah, he's just as good now. Yeah, Steve Evans, Sunday penalty all day long. We were robbed of 3 points by the VAR officials again, and last night at the Theatre of Doom. And he's right. VAR is shocking.
The penalty decision, you get them or you don't. We were the second best team on that pitch.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
You're right.
I understand, but it's what he's going on about is VAR, Tommy.
Yeah.
And because I could be here. I've got monitors here, right across here, and I could be looking at that and not calling the ref over to have a look, or saying no, it wasn't a penalty, or it wasn't a free kick, or it wasn't anything, or giving free kicks or penalties for if you not support a team, but you like another team rather than you.
If that was have been Chelsea, I think they'd have been given that.
Yeah,
but I can see both sides because his hands was tucked in, and the ball.
He was like that, Francie.
He was like that. I can't move my head, but I know what he was. Yeah.
Have you seen him given for less?
If it was United, it would have been given. You know. I
think the problem with VAR is so marginal. Every decision seems to be so marginal. It can go either way. It used to be good when you could see clearly whether you were offside or not.
What do you think of the offsides with Salah? Did you see where they positioned the red
was
line?
His hand offside?
Yeah, we thought it was under your arm.
Yeah, you can't score with your hand.
Offside. No, you won't any of your arm. And usually, well, do you remember? Do you remember when Firmino's got marked offside and they never done it from? Yeah. And they were saying it was something to do with the armpit, and he was an armpit offside. And then everyone was saying who scores with their armpit.
Yeah.
But, remember Henderson's goal of Goodison. Henderson's goal at Goodison when Manny was offside. Yeah. That was never offside. Yeah. It's somebody's opinion.
No.
It is someone's opinion, and that's the whole point. So what you may as well do is scrap VAR and these awful referees and just have it to one man and his eyes, because at least then we could all moan about the referee. But now there's people who can override rules and they're not doing the job. So you may as well just do it back to square one to the days that
when you look at VAR, when Everton played Man City the season before last, if that goal would have stood, we would have won the league.
Yeah, we won the title. Yeah. That's how important it is. That's how important it is.
And that's how crucial VAR is supposed to be. It's supposed.
The other thing as well, you get players celebrating and fans celebrating, and 2 minutes later everybody's down because you don't know whether it's going to be a goal or not.
Yeah. Keegan Murphy says we should have got Estupinian names, aren't they? Right, from Brighton. Watch him to be at 80 million next year. Estupinian. Where's he from?
We don't want him. We can't say his name. Don't want him.
But Zoboslai. But what about Zoboslai?
Oh, we can say that now. We can say Zoboslai now.
You can say that now.
It took us 4 weeks to get over it, but had elocution lessons and everything.
Florentino.
Bounty Keeler says, what about Fiorentino, Luis, or Sangar?
Yeah.
It's not
You mentioned
Sangare.
Sangare.
I
Is it
wouldn't mind
Sangar?
Louis. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Luis actually, and I wouldn't mind that Sengal actually, to be honest.
There's plenty of players. Laurentina.
I'm going to be honest though. I do think we will sign someone.
I've got a trolley here. I've got a troll. Would you believe this fella here? I can't understand what he's saying. They are not quite only, they are very F in this window, and we are very anoint on you people.
Fans. He means fans.
Yeah, I think
he's had more Guinness than me.
Yeah, I think he's trying to write English, if you know what I mean, and it's very hard if you like, don't speak it properly. It's very hard to write it.
Like us.
Yeah, good fan. He comes on.
You're from Birkenhead, Tommy, obviously, like you.
Yeah. At least you understand me.
So Brian Edley says, lads, if we paid 115 mil for Casino, there'd be no way we will get money for years after that. I think he's right.
We haven't had any for years anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Anfield Road, Frank, I don't know whether you saw Fabinho get the role after the game. Well, maybe Keita was handed the gift after the match. His club there escaped from the new Nike Zim. the new Nike Zim.
It's a cracker.
That's so much, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, she laughs at that as well, Valley. Redbird D9, can't chat, Frank. What's been going on at our club has sent me to Depression City. Join the club. But all that
not much.
Hey, good win on Saturday. I'll cheer you up.
Do you know what? I said this last week as well. It breaks my heart. I can't get over my team, the team that owned practically the Champions League, you know, all them nights and everything, and this farce that these owners have done, you know. And as someone said, you know, we've got like one of the greatest managers of his time, and we haven't backed him. And you know what? I think the man is just covering their back all the time to not upset the fans, because for a club of this big, like your Bayerns or your Uniteds or your Real Madrids, and this is our the way we hold transfer windows. They've decimated the whole team, let them grow old, you know, still trying to play them. You know, Milner, who was 954, still has him playing. Henderson, whose legs are gone for 2 seasons. Robbo, who's burnt out. And but we're Liverpool Football Club. This is Liverpool Football Club, the greatest English football side in the world. You know, beating United, everything, and this is what we've come to. We've come to having a podcast talking about being embarrassed by 2 players not joining us and joining Chelsea, who are not even in a European.
Means nothing to FSG, that, Francine.
No, but I mean, but last season, I couldn't even barely watch the LFC. It broke it's broken me as a person.
Yeah, last season was hard to. Last season was hard to watch. It was hard to watch, especially in the middle of the season. It was so hard to watch. You know, thankfully we got a little bit better at the end. Yeah,
well, that's it. Well, that picked me up, but for one, Tommy, I'm sick of moaning. Mo's moaning.
Sorry, we're used to it.
There's a long season ahead. A lot of things can happen. We're still Liverpool Football Club. We still got the greatest supporters in the world.
I love my team, but we shouldn't be having these discussions. We should be discussing who we've signed, what we think's going to happen. You know, what's going to be the result. But instead, it's like a death knell.
Yeah.
But the thing
See, I
is,
hate criticising. You have
on
to.
Sunday, it seemed that Trent didn't know where he was playing.
That's what I said before,
Yet
Tommy. Yeah.
last season, that role in the middle, and he run the show for the last 8 or 9 games. Sunday, he didn't even know where he was.
Yeah.
That's worrying.
He was pushing up and getting caught behind. You'll
That's
be
where
all
your
right. He's a
DM
fantastic
comes
player.
in. That's where your
Yeah.
DM comes in. If we would have had a DM, all that like running through us would never have happened. Never, even if we still
That's
had
it. Yeah.
Fabinho.
But why did we let him go if he knew he weren't getting one?
I think they knew. I really believed that we had someone lined up. I really do believe, but that someone, whoever it was, could have been Casado. It could have been him. Whether it was or not, I don't know. But I think someone was lined up, Tommy. I really do believe.
But that's what makes me think, Frank. It could have been Casado, right? So obviously Klopp didn't speak to him before it broke on the telly and the papers. Normally the manager would go and see him, discuss it with him, tell him what his strengths and where he's going to play, and then it goes to the news. And obviously that didn't happen.
I don't think he even got that far, to be honest.
No.
It was all sorted by agents and money and all the other razzmatazz.
Well, Pete Blanco says, here's a Sky reporter has a theory regarding Chelsea signing up these players. Chelsea were fined €10 million by UEFA for breaching the FFP. The Premier League are investigating Chelsea. His theory is by signing players now, they or penalised, by a transfer embargo, as they have already signed up the new players. But it's not coming into the law until next season. That's not coming law until next season, which is absolutely, I'm not bothered about it, to be honest. We should be signing players no matter what. As you said, George, and as you said, Tommy, and as you said, Francine, we're Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
We are the Liverpool Football Club. And I'm hoping Tumani have got his feeling we're going to go for him in a sneak attack. Anfield Road, I'm fed up hearing his name, and I'm fed up hearing Mbappe's name. I think Tumani doesn't want to come here, by the way. But I understand what you're saying. It's all PR. I'd just go for Nunes. I'd go for that Ignacio as well. I'd go for him. We've got to get someone in. We have to.
Nunes is proved in the Premiership, so he's one of the first ones I'd go for.
Yeah. Well, they've obviously got the money. They wanted to spend 110 million. So they need to spend it, don't they? Spend it.
Yeah.
Next 2 weeks.
I don't know what this fella's on about. You hear your noise here. Just go away.
Go away.
Is he told you was?
I don't have a clue. They're not making noise, are we?
I have a feeling that we will sign someone.
Yes, I do. I do.
Because when we got like McAllister and all them, you know, who else? Allison was a quiet one, wasn't he? He just signs. So, you know, past history, we don't really be. That's why I was quite shocked with the Casado thing, because usually we just do it, don't we? And then the next minute we've signed like Gakpo and all this. But so I think we're going to sign. I think we'll sign.
The thing is, Francine, we need a right back, we need a left-sided central defender, and we need a defending midfield player. 3 players we need. Do you think we're going to buy 3 in the next 2 weeks?
No. You might get 2, Tommy. You might get 2. I don't think we'll get 3, no.
Yeah. We definitely need a right back and a left-sided central defender.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to go. I really believe we will bring someone in. I really believe that. Gareth Williams actually says Florentino, Luis, and Inacio, who we ideally need before September. Edna Phillips is off as well. I think that'll.
There's one thing Klopp won't do. He won't panic buy.
Well, I believe Nat Phillips is with us because isn't his wages really high?
Could be.
And that's why we can't get rid of him. It's because his wages are too high for like what people want to buy him for.
Okay, Jake Whittaker, why didn't we try to go for someone like Vivaldi? I always said that right from the beginning, right from when the window opened.
Valverde,
his name, isn't it? Oh, is it Valverde? Well, I speak with an Italian accent, you see. There's always the A or the I or the O on the end.
So you call him Vivaldi?
Well,
you call him
Vivaldi?
I
he wrote some lovely music.
Just I call him Vivaldi.
Yeah, you did.
Vivaldi. 4 seasons.
Frank, you know you don't argue with that.
No. So he said from Real Madrid, Shumeni, both from Real Madrid. I'd pay 115 million for the two of them, easy.
Well, we won't.
Absolutely.
I used to see you on the bus on match days, George. Says Charlie Wood.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, I used to get the bus.
Yeah, he was driving it.
Charlie was driving it though.
No, George was driving it. He had 2 jobs.
Well, Ben says, hopefully we're learning from our mistakes in this window and from now on keep everything under wraps. Ben, the thing is, we keep learning lessons and nothing happens. We still keep doing the same thing. Do you think other clubs, when we got McAllister in and Slobberslide, when we brought him in, do you think that they got a little bit envious and went, we'll sort these out?
They always have been, Frank. They always have been envious because none of them like us.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Right.
Jealousy.
I mean, I think, let's be honest, they were fantastic signings. It only cost us, between the two of them, they only cost, how much? About 60 million or something?
Yeah.
For 2 quality players. So they were the steals of the season.
Yeah.
David West's evening people, you'll never walk alone. I always remember, remember, Francie, when we were out on that function at the Anglican Cathedral and Kenny was there and we had our photograph taken with him. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God bless me. That was enthusiastic as well, wasn't it?
What about it?
Just saying, I was going to say about David. So anyway, you gave me the photo. He said, hey, there's the photo, me and Kenny. And I gave it to David because he was his right-hand man, David. And he said, I said, did you get, where's my, signature, Kenny's? And he said, I've lost it. Well, Kenny did. He said he put it down and it just went somewhere. So me and Kenny are somewhere, might be under the rubble now of the Annie Rose.
I'll have to put my steel toe cap boots on here. All this name dropping, I'm going to break my foot.
Oh, stop it.
One thing Kenny said to me dad, because my dad was telling him about Charles Dickens and everything, and he went, does everyone come from Liverpool in your eyes, Frank? Didn't he?
And I said, yeah, you did. And then he kept saying all night, hey, Frank, what a game now, Kenny. Oliver twist. There's Oliver twist. A
From
scouser.
Liverpool.
I went, yeah, because he was telling different groups of people. I was shouting over at them. What a man.
Frank
What a beautiful man. How was my Scottish accent there, George? Shocking.
Well,
Yeah.
it's as good. It was as good as my Scouse.
So it's that bad then, yeah. I think Jürgen doesn't get money this year. He won't blame him, but he should be at them owners all the while. Says, yeah, that's if he doesn't get the money. I think
He's never going to bite the hand what feeds him, is he?
Anfield Ross, I've seen this before. Anfield Ross said, "Are you talking to me?" And Pius said, "Yes, I'm talking to
To you.
Mouth.
Hey, Frank, have you got any mods, mate? Would you mind making a few of the regulars mods to keep an eye on the chat? No, I've got no mods. I'm gonna ask a lovely girl by the name of Valley S to be me mod. How's that?
What does mod mean? Go ahead.
What does that mean?
It's a moderator. She moderates everything, going up and down and inside out and whatever.
All right.
She's a great moderator.
It's the language.
That's how
Hey, can she play? Hey, can she play defensive midfield?
brilliantly.
Get it on.
You're on.
She can play anywhere.
That's a good shout, that then.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Keegan. What a name that is as well, Keegan Murphy.
I wonder who his name's after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder. What do you think of this? Liverpool are still going for Nunes, but we need to pay the asking price. That's the point. That's the problem.
Well, how much was the asking price?
180 million.
Behave.
Stop it.
He's 27.
I'm only joking. Behave.
Half the price of Casado for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, well, half of the price. I think around 60 to 70. But I think we should just pay it because he is a very good player. And he'd be great with us, yeah. But
is he injury prone?
No. He went right through the season, didn't he?
Until he comes here.
Yeah. It took Man United apart last night.
I can't. I'll have to. Yeah, you're right there, Keegan. I will get a moderator in, and she'll sort it out.
Yeah,
she will sort it out.
Why will it be a she?
No, it's that lad.
All right. Well, does it?
Valley.
Pius.
All right.
He's dropped his dummy with his chin.
All right. We'll just.
All right. Brian Edley, Frank, what does everyone think of this? If Klopp got 4 new defenders and a number 6, do you think we would still get caught out? The system is killing us as well. It has to change, surely. All right, over to you, Francine.
Well, last season when towards the end when he changed the system more to like Man City's system, and it worked. So why isn't he playing that? So don't you play things that work instead of chopping and changing systems that? Because me personally, I suppose we had that Callum. God, I've forgotten his name. We had that Callum, whatever his name is, Ramsey, and
Ramsey.
he was supposed to be that. Yeah, he was supposed to be the right back, wasn't he? But then he had injury all season. Now he's gone out on loan, and because I got told that's what he wants to do. He wants to put Trent into the midfield and give him that free role, a bit De Bruyne. But it hasn't worked out that way. So I'd have gone for a right back myself as well. 2 players, right back and a defensive midfielder. But
Yeah,
that's just-
when we played that system back end of last year, we didn't have the two new guys, McAllister and Soberslide, did we? We had Curtis Jones in the midfield and Trent in the midfield. Them last 10 games, back end of last season. It's changed now with the new additions.
Well,
And
anyway,
you know what I
let's
couldn't
get
understand on Sunday? Hang on. You know what I couldn't understand on Sunday? Now, as much as I love Ben Doak, I think he's brilliant. How can you take Mo Salah off the pitch when he was the only one who looked like scoring?
I don't know how you could take Salah off just for
Yeah,
that
that
ball
surprised
alone.
me.
Yeah, that's how.
It's not that Salah can score any minute in the 90th.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Any minute,
But
any
the-
time, yeah.
that is.
Any minute.
I mean, look at Haaland from City. He only had about 2 touches of the ball against Burnley. He scored both times. That's what Salah does. He gets the ball and he beats a few players and he scores. And he would have scored it for VAR anyway.
And Jurgen said, don't get me wrong, I'm not slagging Jurgen off. He said, I needed legs. When have you ever seen Mo Salah without legs?
Mo
He
Salah is
runs.
still running now,
Yes.
and he's going to
Yeah.
go. That lad, his career will span until he's about 50.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's just he epitomises like strength.
Well,
Well,
Mo wasn't happy, was he?
Redbird39 says, Frank, I echo Keegan's, make one of us a mod. We'll get rid of the trolls like our tongue, either tongue. And I'm going to I'll sort it out for, I might sort it out for Friday because I won't be here Thursday. It's going out on Friday, this particular podcast. Anyway, press the like button. Klopp might hear about the podcast and listen to our advice. Lavia is not worth the money. Said it all the time. And this lad, Kismet, you never walk alone. Big up, Frank. Hope you're well. Thank you, Kismet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't believe this lad, you know. I don't believe him, honestly. All right, let's see what this says. Anyone here, Melissa Reddy swearing on Sky last night? No.
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 Don't watch
How? We don't listen to that blaspheming.
No.
And as Barry Mason says, Klopp will not walk. He is a winner. We're all winners. Absolutely.
Good man.
You're right. But you know what got me? It's as though we were beaten on Sunday by Chelsea. The way the comments were coming out, it's as though we were really thrashed, and we weren't.
We weren't. No. In fact, I would have taken 1-1 against Chelsea first game of the season. A tough game.
It's a good point. Yeah, of course it is, George. It's a good point.
We got an away draw with from a good side.
Yeah, revitalised side with a lot of money, a new manager, and the home ground away from home. It was a good point. And I think we'll win on Saturday. We'll be back up with 4 points.
Yeah.
Well, after the first 20 minutes, George, I thought we were going to win about 3-4-0.
I thought
I think
George.
if Salah's goal had gone in, if Salah's goal had been allowed, it'd be 2-0 up.
Jake Kismet says, 2 games, 2 mess-ups. That don't benefit LFC fans. Job done. Also, if you show any passion now, you're getting a yellow card. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Jake Kismet, not us, lads. Not us.
New rules.
The rules are changing by the minute. When you've got like 12 minutes injury time to play.
Why did they leave the game
Because
alone?
it takes too long in the throw-ins and all that.
Think about the fans for a change.
Yeah, but I think the mindset of the extra time was because they wanted to benefit the fans and the cost of a ticket and, you know, all this rolling round and everything. And sometimes it doesn't benefit, does it? Look at Newcastle.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Francine. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. I do.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's discuss this. Neil Broderick, if VAR decisions are ambiguous, then there's no point. The thing about our shout for a pen on Sunday is we will probably get one. the same against us in a few weeks. I go along with Arsene Wenger's proposal. Your whole body has to be offside.
Well, that would clarify it, wouldn't it? And that would make it easier to understand for everybody.
Yeah. I saw something on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it today, where is it the French league? They have the VAR mic'd up and you can hear what they're saying, the conversation between them. So I think that's a good idea.
They couldn't have that here. They'd be slagging Liverpool off in the room all the time.
Slagging you off, Tommy.
Well, there you go.
Jerome James says, crazy the handball wasn't given against Chelsea. We could talk about that all, but it's been...
Late now.
It is. It's just the past. It's history, as they say. Because we change the rules every season, says Charlie Woods, we can't keep up. I got called a racist because I couldn't pronounce some of these players. It says, well, that's wokeism anyway. I couldn't pronounce that like pious. I just call him pious. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's a Liverpool supporter, as I said, because he says, Keegan, my brother, I'm feeling like so disappointed. Liverpool, we're well known that replacements should be there, but now where are they? And now I'm missing Endo, guys. And that's what Pius says.
Well, I wouldn't be missing Endo, like, but
he's right though.
I understand what he's saying, because we needed someone in that midfield. It was like there was no one in the middle of the park either. Everyone was on the wings, and when their attack came, I was like, who's marking who? I mean, you see Mo back there. Everyone was back there, apart from Alisson. And, you know, if it wasn't for Alisson as well, it just shows you what he's the best keeper in the world. We have the best keeper in the world.
Yeah, great points, Francine, says Valley. How's that? But at least someone's saying that you've got good points.
Hey!
I've always said it. I've always said it. I've always said she's got good points.
I'll tell you what was worrying on Saturday. We were attacking, and we nearly scored. And within about 30 seconds, they were up at the other end of the pitch and nearly won it.
So saying our final ball was pathetic.
It's shocking defensively. A lot of spaces for the ball going through. That's what we need to sort out, I think.
Let's just go past that now, Redbird. We definitely will get someone on to moderate. Very good points, Francine says. Anfield Raw.
Oh, yeah. Your points are getting good mentions here, Francine.
But when we go away, Tommy, she's taken over.
My points will be taken over.
She's taking over tonight, Frank. She's taking over tonight.
Sorry.
I'm
only kidding. Don't get a cab up.
Charlie Wood, the Milner, the Keith Richards of Anfield.
Hey, he's still playing in the Premiership, the same lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I say now about these comments, please? Exactly.
You better show Francine.
Give it up. Give up. Exactly.
Oh, get on with this.
Look at this. I can't. Exactly, Francine. I've always said we were in a two-horse race for Europe's biggest prize for years. Just us and City. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, that head-to-head that we matched on what money we paid for players, and they've just bled us dry. I think when we went for them 4 trophies and we played every game possible, that's killed half of our team, that.
Yeah. But Keegan Murphy agrees with you as well, because he says the owners are trying to sabotage every season. Francine is spot on. We will always back the manager and team, but she is spot on.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're getting good things there, Francine.
Wonderful points.
No matter what, Klopp should have stopped this eye line, no matter what players he has at his mercy. What do you think about that, what Brian Edley says? Hey.
The high line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that.
It's caused us a lot of problems, hasn't it, the high line, yeah.
We can't play it no more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
can I just say, going into the game now, with them 4 up front, I mean, I was like, that's phenomenal. We've got like a formidable forward line, and I thought, we'll do these.
Yeah.
My son said 4-0. He said we should make a marking at the beginning of the season and do what Newcastle done to Villa, and we should win these 4-0. And then when we scored, I thought, oh my God, it could be 4-0. I was going to go on me bet and have a bet.
It looked like it was going to be 4-0.
If the final ball would have been spot on, we more than likely would have done.
Yeah. But you could talk about the game, and when it was Jota put a terrible ball to Diaz in the first few minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we were 1-0 up or just
going through the game.
Shocking ball. He was in the area and he was onside.
Yeah,
he was well onside.
Yeah,
just
it was a shocking ball.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to ask you the question now.
Go on.
We need 3 players, no matter what. We need a DM. We need a left-sided centre-back. But we also need another midfielder. And I'm going to ask you, Francine, then to you, Tommy, then to you, George. Who do you think who should we go after? Francine.
Well, if I'm first, right, so we've been after a Premier League player, haven't we? Someone who already knows the English game and everything.
Yeah.
So I would go for Nunes. I think we should have bought him a few seasons ago when the rumours were right then as well.
Yeah.
We need someone who's established, someone who can play and who's not afraid. That's
totally agree with that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Have I made good points there, Tom?
Great points. I've always said you got good points. But you keep them hidden.
We can't disagree with that, Tommy, can we? We can't disagree with that.
No.
I've got a bad neck,
Nunes, I agree. I agree. We should go for Nunes because he looks a class player. I thought he was brilliant against Man United the other day. He's got class.
What right back would you buy? What right back would you bring in?
That's a difficult one, Tommy. I mean, I can't think of too many Premier League right backs are available at the moment. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean,
there must be one. There must be 1 or 2 in Germany. Got to be 1 or 2 in Germany.
Well, there is. Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly who they are.
And who's this share?
Who do you think?
SCHUR. He plays for Bayern Munich, doesn't he? He's like a left-sided central defender. And most Germans are good defenders.
Yeah. You're stereotyping there.
Oh, yes.
You would hope the director.
Yeah.
The point is, our director
I-
of football should be looking around. He should know, shouldn't he? The director of football, he should know. He should be on the ball. He should be chasing around, looking at all these options. I mean, it's okay for us as the fans. Who do we want? But the bottom line is,
Now, me
who are we going to
thinking,
get?
no, why they went to Germany? They went to Germany pre-season. And I think Jurgen's gone over there because he's well in over there.
Yeah,
And he's got his feelers out over there. And he's going to say, right, we'll have him. We'll have him from Bayern. And we'll have that right back from whoever. We'll have them three. But nothing's happened.
I think we're definitely going to get 2 players. I do think. Mind you, I've been saying that for the last 3 months, but I do think that it's getting tight now. We've got 2 weeks to do it, and it's quiet, so things are going on. I'm sure there must be. We've got to tighten that defense up, defensive midfield and back 4. The rest of it's fine. Forwards are fantastic. Must have the best forward line in the league by a mile.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Well, Soulboy France says, would you go for Pelena from Fulham? He's 28, but he's Premiership proven.
Oh, he's a good point there. That's a good point. Yeah, he's a good player.
Okay, and Charlie George says, Inacio, Fofana and Sangre will be, what do you think of them?
They're all good
Inacio,
players.
Fofana and Sangre. I don't know. And this is a good point this is really a good point by Redbird. Will any player want to join Liverpool now, as they all here, is Liverpool won't pay as much as the other top club fees and wages? That's a very good point.
Francine hit the nail on the head before. All them players who have gone. How much off the wage bill is that?
Yeah, but you could work that though to your own then. I mean, we're always going on about Liverpool being a selling club. So you could come to someone like Liverpool with the thought of, and I'll move on from here. You could use it as a stepping stone. Not that I would want a player like that. So, but
the way I look at it is this. When Shankly spoke to a player, that player comes to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And Jurgen Klopp has got the same pull. So obviously he's not talking to these players.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Tommy, and it really is. I mean, I can't believe I'm hearing people saying players don't want to come to Liverpool. I never ever thought I'd hear that. I mean, players desperately wanted to come to Liverpool. First place who wanted to come.
George, there's something untoward about if Casado, right? If Klopp was went in for him at the beginning of the season, but then again he was tapped up in May, wasn't he? But if he was being getting tapped up throughout the time, last season, he'd have come to Liverpool. That was a done deal. We've tried to use, I think, our name and get him on name alone, but he's not loyal to a team. He's not loyal to an English team, so he'll go with wherever the money is, and that's what he's done. He's 21.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was never. But
I think the director of football is undermining Jurgen Klopp.
I think they've just jumped on a bandwagon. This Casado was going, and I think he's gone, let's get him. Like one of them, like dead amateurish. This is Liverpool. And that's what happened there. That debacle is so amateur. It's like Marine. I know, you know what? That's insulting Marine. It's like something that you think a lower league club would do.
Well, I mean, where would any player want to play? Where would any player want to play in the atmosphere at Anfield, with the fan base at Anfield, the history of Anfield, everything this club means and has meant for so many years, or go to Chelsea?
We've got the best crowd as well, George.
Only one thing, money. That's all it is. They've got no tradition. They've got no long-term history.
Yeah.
George, we've got the best ground as well. And
best atmosphere. Everything is best. Yeah, so why would a player not want to come to Anfield? I don't understand it. It can only be money.
But you've got to feel sorry for this Lavia person as well. We made 3 bids. We were still going in for it. The next minute, bang, we're jumping on this Casado bandwagon.
Yeah.
It's as if that George, or whatever his name is, looked at Twist and went, so they're all asking for Casado here. Should we just put a bid in? That's what it seems like. We'll do this bidding war.
That was all a
Yeah, they
charade.
wanted him, or they didn't. They either wanted him or they didn't want him. If they wanted him, they should have went in and paid the money.
But they should have done it higher, shouldn't they? Than it all being about
right
this Lavia. Lavia.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'd be like, "Do you want me now? I'm going here. Sorry."
Yes.
Well, okay. Charlie Kane says, talk about signing players, right back, centre half, 2 more midfielders. That's what he wants. And this is a good shout here.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah, I'll just listen to this and see if you can discuss this. Admittedly ignorant of how this works, but how much payoff would the team get with spending big bucks on a leading big-time player to lure others who want to win? Do you think what you say? Go on.
Yeah, it's like buying the likes of Mbappe.
Yeah.
To lay other players in, so that we look like winners.
That's right.
But we've got
You've got Mo Salah who could do that.
We've got Alisson, the best keeper in the world. Van Dijk, who's still classed up there with the best defenders in the world. We've got Trent, who is still, amazing. So,
No, you're right. Everybody's right. And it's a good point that Valley made there. It really is a very good point. But having said that, we're just a club who's done everything. And I mean everything. What any British club has done. And that's to go into Europe. We're the only British side to win the European Cup 3 times. Not the Champions League, the European Cup. 3 times.
When we were beating it out.
Yeah. Exactly. It was the proper European Cup.
And we're the only club to win the Champions League 3 times. Well, not 3 times, really, if you know what I mean. But think about it. And it's incredible what Liverpool have achieved. It's incredible what you said, George. We've got the best crowds. We've got the greatest atmosphere. Yeah. And who was it? I think it was, I forget who. The lads who played right back or left back, Walker, for Manchester City. When we beat them 3-0. When we beat them 3-0. And he was asked after the game, to know whether it was after the game or the next day.
That's right.
And he said, it frightened us. It frightened me, that roar. He said, I couldn't believe it.
And he is a classy right back, that lad.
And Messi said the same. Messi.
Yeah, Arsene Wenger, Marino, even Ferguson.
They've all said it, yeah. All the managers, yeah. They've all said it. Yeah. It's the only place.
And FSG are doing the best to undo the lot, in my opinion.
Steve Casey says, speaking of history, when it comes to Liverpool Football Club, I am a funeral celebrant and a Scouser, born and bred. Last week, I conducted a service of a man who hailed from Glenbuck, and his family and the Shankleys were neighbours. What an unbelievable honour. Shanks was, unsurprisingly, inverted commas, mentioned throughout.
Yeah, I've been up there. I've been up there a few times. It's a wonderful place, Hey, I'll tell you a story, Frank. It's funny that he says he's a funeral celebrant. I remember one day Shanks said this family came in, and they said they wanted to scatter their father's ashes on Anfield. And he asked Arthur Riley, the groundsman, if it would be possible. And Arthur said, yeah, boss, it'll be possible, no problem. So the family came in with a casket and they went to the cop and said a wee prayer and, round about the line on the goal. And Arthur dug a little hole and put the ashes in line, covered it up, And about 6 weeks later, the shot goes in the cup, hits the underside of the bar and comes down. And Shankly says, hey, Bob Paisley, there's that fella, he's having the blinder. He said, I don't think we lost a goal there for about 5
Lovely story, and a lovely little story now.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. What's this here? That bad. Frank wants us to sign a composer. The cop gonna love those tunes. Absolutely.
Vivaldi.
Vivaldi. Thanks very much for that bad. Did I say Vivaldi?
You know, we
See?
say Vivaldi.
Did I?
Well, he's a
Valverde?
musician, isn't he? The Four Seasons.
He was a composer. Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
Yes.
That's it.
Four Seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep it going.
Right.
Talk to Francine, not you.
He's got much better voice than me.
But Charlie Wood says Liverpool are keeping quiet. Social media is causing all kinds of trouble. And they are.
That's a
They
good point,
are.
that.
It is a very good point. Anfield Raw, Frank, I'd just like to say you hurt my feelings by eating my Tushmani. We'll slide this one for size, Mbappe. I never said I ate it. That's just nuts. Just nuts off here, honestly.
He'd be going to Saudi.
Slabozlai looks a bit like Jamie Redknapp when he runs. Says Brian Headley. What do you think? What do you think of Francine? What do you think of Slabozlai?
I like him.
Yeah.
George,
Do you want me to go more in depth?
please.
No.
Don't look left.
But we've got to finish at 10 o'clock.
I think he's a really promising player. I think he'll do well for us. I really do. I mean, he's a proven international, and he looks he's got lots of talent. And it's only an early. We only played one game. But at home on Saturday against Bournemouth. Let's see what he does there. But I think he's a great prospect. Really like him.
What do you think, Tommy?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a great player. Once we get the players around him, the players we need in that team, he'll be a star.
He's playing out of position as well.
Yeah, that's
He's
it.
playing out of position. He's trying to fill the gaps. So once he gets in his rightful position, he's going to... Do you know what? When he went through, remember, against Chelsea, and he beat everybody, he went through the area, and the other fella kicked it off his foot, Jota.
Yeah.
What's that all about? And blasted it wide. Well, I am wide.
I thought he was going to shoot.
But you should have heard me and here, Frank.
We pay big wages, but the way cheating Chelsea went about things, it makes us look cheapos, and that's all the same players, and that's all some play. That's all some players care about, and that's right.
How do you give a player a 9-year contract?
Exactly, it's a joke.
Yeah, that's
How do you do
ridiculous,
that?
isn't it?
Yeah.
We've only done release clauses. This is about Schmacker. We've only done release clauses up to now. What Schmacker do? Okay,
That's
I'm
true,
going to you, Tom. This is our new director of football.
Yes.
What is he doing?
He's undermining Jurgen Klopp, I think. Big time. Because I agree with you. You look at Jurgen Klopp now, he looks strong. He doesn't look his jovial self.
Someone mentioned that. Somebody.
You know what I mean? He doesn't look the way he normally is. And when you see him like that, the team play like that.
Yeah.
When you see him down, the team play down.
Yeah. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, like when we had the likes of Michael Edwards and that, I mean, we said their name in with the deals and stuff. You don't really hear this, do you? It's like he's non-existent. You don't hear any comments or look what he's done, worked wonders. You hear nothing.
No.
It's like...
Has anybody said why them two left?
What?
Has anybody said why them two left?
No, thing he said about it, didn't he? It's the Evans before. Why hasn't that been brought up?
Yeah.
I mean, I personally think it's because Michael Edwards got this like director of football, but there was no one to buy or purchase or anything, and he was a gift from God.
Because maybe he listened to Jurgen Klopp and he'd let Jurgen Klopp have his head, where this fella seems to undermine him.
Yeah, looks that way.
I don't know anymore. I really don't. Whatever I meant
like
there, you know. Awesome, Frank. Thanks, mate. Is Keegan Murphy. And when I mentioned about I asked this lady, and she said she'll give it a go, you know, as a moderator.
Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it? It's lovely.
Thank you so much. That's great. That. Question for Frank. I hate these questions. I'll tell you about buildings or a little bit about Napoleon or the Romans coming over or the Russian Revolution. War. I'll tell you about 1605 gunpowder plot. Question for Frank. What is your best memory as a Liverpool fan? The best memory as a Liverpool fan is watching them Rome 77. 77, winning the first ever European Cup. That's the greatest memory anyone. I said that on a Liverpool, you know, the Liverpool FC channel. I'm in a documentary with other lads, and they were asking individual. He came up to me class. He said, "They rang me up." I said, "I'm in class." You know, I was teaching. So anyway, they came up and they filmed me. Which is nice, you know what I mean? But that's my greatest memory ever. Can I ask you your great memory, Francine? That's a good question, man.
Mine's got to be the 1986 FA Cup final. I was very young, you see. I remember. Well, my greatest memory was 1984 when Liverpool came home with the European Cup.
Yeah.
And my mum brought me an outfit, all red and white, a red and white scarf, my little like floppy hat, a bit like the Peaky Blinders one, but with a little red bobble on. And because where we lived in town, I was on St. George's Plateau, but at the time you could drive down, you know, past like the museum and that, and we were all standing on the things, and yeah, and that's my greatest memory. But my greatest like memory when I was a kid was beating Everton in the it was and to win the double.
Yeah. They've never forgiven us for that.
So that was like me that was me best memory of, you know, I wasn't, well, I was born, but I wasn't like, I wasn't aware of the 77 cup final.
No, neither was I.
Well, I'm not sure you won't mind this then. Mine's the 65 Cup final when we beat Leeds.
Yeah.
I've got Valley as my moderator. Charlie says, "You need a facilitator, Frank, someone to make the tea." Yes, that's what I said to our Francine. I said, "Will you come down?" And, you know, she said, "Yeah, okay, Dad."
I can't.
And then she phoned me. She said, "I can't."
Oh, that's not one of the good points then.
Facility. Why didn't he just say?
I thought they collected stamps.
You can have a few mods, Frank. We don't charge. We all help to keep our chats clean and respectful, says Redbird. Yeah, I've got two now. That's great. That's great. That. I thought you meant mods when they were kids, Frank, says Charlie Kent.
Mods and rockers.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah. Oh, she says, Anfield, you're a doll. You can help me with your huge muscles. Nice. Go beyond this, isn't it? Anyway, let's carry on. Kenny was 27 when we signed him. Didn't do too bad, says Paddy Brown. That's right.
Well, they say that players are at the peak 27, don't they?
Yes.
And I think now,
Yeah.
like, fitness is like immense, isn't it? All these lads, they're like top peak fitness. You know, it wasn't like back in the 70s when they'd all have a ciggy and that and then go to boozer.
Oh, you were told not to say that.
Why?
Johan Cruyff used to smoke. Johan Cruyff used to smoke, and what a player he was.
Violi used to smoke. I think Jurgen Klopp smokes, doesn't he?
There you go. No, enough of this.
Yeah, look, this lad's trying again. Frank, just give me an answer. Is Klopp going to sign players, or will he only be in rumours? No, no, he will sign players, believe me. He will sign them.
I think he'll have one by the next game.
He can do, actually.
Possibly. Next week, probably.
I reckon so.
I hope he's got 3 by the next game. Go on.
Let's see if there's any. I don't. Where's all like this? These are all. I need comments. Oh yeah, look. Anfield Row says Francine has the advantage on her points. She's the only one who can read the questions.
That's a good point.
That's
another good point. How many points have you got? What a good.
It's a clean sweep today, lads.
More points than our team has.
That's it. Got more points than the porcupine.
Ignacio, Luis, and Nunes say Steve Evans. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. Charlie Wood says, we had all our forwards. We had all our forwards were playing, and they had a third choice goalkeeper, and we still struggled to score. That was harsh, wasn't it? That was harsh.
Yeah.
Because our final ball wasn't good enough. That's why.
I think Jota has a bad game.
Yeah.
Who?
I would have took him off at half time. I put Nunes on.
Jota.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted him.
Yeah.
I wanted him to play in exactly that position that Klopp, and I was so disappointed. As I was the same as you, I had to took him off, but I'd have never ever took Salah off.
No.
Nunes looked quite good.
I think Alex off before I take him off.
Yeah, but Nunes, that lad, it's like he does all the hard work and then he gets to like the open goal, and then he just doesn't know what
That's
to
when
do.
He's got to calm down. We've been saying it for months, look. He's got to calm down.
Yeah.
In front of goal.
That would have been some goal at the end. He just missed the post.
I know.
Well, that's Jay Kismet says, and the German Beethoven. Now, the thing is, it's because of Vivaldi. You know when I said Valverde instead of Valverde. And the German Beethoven. Centre forward.
Handles Messiah
I thought it was a dog.
It'll be that Austrian as well, won't it? Mozart.
Oh, Mozart, yeah. I also like Schmedo. Wolves could cover for Trent, says Neil Broderick.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
They're out there. They're out there. Don't get them.
We've discussed this loads of times, and it hasn't been discussed tonight. Yeah. If we can see the problems, the coaching staff must see it.
Yeah. It's really, really worrying when you get a breakaway at the end of the game. I hope you saw the other day. You know, right at the end of the game, we were attacking like mad. Next minute, right through us.
But the thing is, George, we've seen that all through pre-season.
Yeah, even in the pre-season.
Especially in the second half. Especially in the second half.
Yeah. long ball through the middle.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Johnny,
Yeah, she's right.
64. LFC before this summer has one of the highest wage bills around, so that's a mute.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, but we got rid of eight lads now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
So how much is that off the wage bill?
Knocked it down a bit, and
A few million.
I think it's double
They're right.
figures a year.
Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah, there is. There is double figures. It's sad, isn't it? It really is sad.
Oxlade Chamberlain's just gone to, I think it's in Besiktas for 2.5
Besiktas in Turkey, yeah.
2.5 million a year.
Yeah.
So he must have been getting that.
But
with
when
us.
when I mentioned about what's the greatest, I don't think you mentioned it, did you, George? What was your great memory of Liverpool?
Do you know, Frank? There's just so many of them. I mean, it's incredible the number. I mean, I think the last couple of pages in the book I tried to itemize them all, but I probably like Tommy. The 1965 Cup final, I was part of the squad there, and I was behind Shankly on the balcony, and I was walking up Wembley just before the game with Peter Thompson, and to see the fans the way they were, and to hear Shankly saying, "We can't lose for this crowd, Bob. It's not an option." That made hairs go up in the back of my neck. And Inter Milan game was a sad game for me in 1965 because it was the last game that I was watching as a Liverpool player before I was transferred to Aberdeen. Istanbul was incredible. I was there with my son. Couldn't believe what I was seeing when we went from 3-0. I was unbelievable. So there's so many. Same as you, Frank. Same as you, Tommy, and Francine. And we've all seen these.
And the Queen wore red that day.
Barcelona.
When we won the FA Cup.
Yeah. The Queen had a big red coat on.
She did, yeah. And Ronnie's hands were filthy, dirty, and he frightened to shake her hand. Guess the mud went on. You look on a red glove.
Yeah.
No, but if you ever remember,
no club got members like that.
If you ever remember as well about the FA Cup final, when they were singing "God Save the Queen," our crowd was actually singing "God Save Our Team."
Yeah, and they were singing "The Queen's Wearing Red."
Yeah, the Queen's wearing red.
The Queen's wearing red.
No one, exactly, and no one has ever done that. Ever.
No.
Ever done that. Believe you me. I think it's brilliant. Oh, this is
look at Anfield, the comebacks at Anfield, Barcelona and Dortmund, Olympiacos. Endless. Yeah. Davy Fairclough.
Yeah.
Right, Steve Evans says, my favourite memory as I read was Rome, 77, myself watching that on the telly as a 9-year-old. Mesmeric, yes.
Yeah.
And magical. And getting that big, shiny trophy.
For the first
time. Great score by McDermott.
What was your song memory?
Mine was the 65 Cup final, Frank.
Ian St. John's winning goal.
Broke my heart in 77, says Stephen Snape. I was 15 and my father wouldn't let me go to Italy unsupervised. Best one, I agree with Francine. I closed my father's pub in Congleton. He and my mate, another mad red, just two of us. Closed the pub. So listen, people. I'm going to, let's see what this lad says. Beings looking for much experience caused them in trouble from Lavia and being economic. You guys should stop economic. Those players, you will pay back the money. Well, that's nice. Thank you.
What he's trying to say is,
I know.
If you pay the money, they'll pay back in other ways, won't they? Like that.
No, you're right, You're right, Tongue. You're right. You're so right. I
But
hope
they
I'm
won't.
pronounced.
If they had the foresight to see this, I mean, you could buy Mbappe and on sales of shirts alone would pay back his money.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
true.
Messi.
Tongue, I hope I've pronounced your name right. I hope I pronounced your name right.
But the thing is, with all this malarkey going on now, do you think it will damage us in future transfer markets?
It's
I
not
think
gonna help
so,
us, is
yeah,
it?
in my opinion. It's going to raise the prices. Whereas, I'm just saying this, just picking this. Say a player's worth 30 million, it's going to go up to 60. They're going to do
Oh
it.
yeah,
They're going to do it.
That's
No
the
matter
problem,
what.
yeah.
Well, that'll be the agents knowing desperation, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, you've seen it with Lavia, didn't you? They only wanted 50 million. The next minute, we put in a 60 million bid.
Yeah, another 10 million.
Yeah. So they know now. But I think it's just going to be right. We're going to have to get someone. We can't have a Mellow fiasco from last season.
No.
No, I can't
You
have
know,
that. Can't
I
have
mean,
that.
you know, we're saying this is embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen, that. In any transfer
And he was
game.
injured.
Never mind like last week. That was Arthur Mello. It was shocking.
Yeah, it was
And
shocking.
we knew that he was injured, and we knew that he'd been out of the game for 6 solid months for you.
More like 6 years.
Yeah.
This
Who
is
approved it?
look at that. Lovely comment.
Yeah, he's on Peps now.
Lovely comment. This Jake Kisman. It's good to see Liverpool fans with so many years of support behind them talking about the modern game. Respect. Isn't that lovely?
Oh,
Very nice.
thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
We're like
that.
a bind age of how many seasons Milner's been playing in the Prem.
Francine, you bring all up his age right down, love.
Royal Events MW, Romeo Lavia to Chelsea. There we go. And Charlie George says, no excuses, Frank. This should have been all sorted by now, mate. I'm bored of it. Same as we are. We try not to go into it, to be honest. And look at this. Look, yeah, there we go. Charlie, what that lad Strauss is a good right back, Frank.
Johan.
That's something now, that.
Look at this one. So, boyfriend, I think we should sign Brahms and Liszt.
And then get Brahms and Liszt.
But Franz Liszt wrote off his composition here in Liverpool. He was appearing at the Theatre Royal. And, he had to stay here, obviously, because he was given a performance with his orchestra. And he wrote, I don't know what one it was, unfortunately, but anyway, he wrote off of his...
Because he was Brahms and Liszt. Told you
I'm going to say he must have had a few Schuberts.
Yeah. With Charles Dickens.
I'm not doing this anymore.
You started it.
I'm not mentioning Vivaldi anymore. Overtongue says, we are now ashamed in public as Liverpool fans, because he says fans, because of what directed to Liverpool in social media now. All is Liverpool everywhere. There's Liverpool now. Problems always. And the lads, as I said before, is a Liverpool supporter, and he's getting his points over now. He's becoming better. Yeah. So I'm glad.
Well, I think after this fiasco, like last season's fiasco with Mello, I personally think that we'll have someone or two.
I thought you were talking about our podcast.
Hey, George. Hey, George. Charlie Wood says, George, do you remember Ronnie Moran taking a penalty and his wig fell off?
No, I don't think Ronnie ever wore a wig. Shankly would never have sustained that. Take your wig off, son.
No. Do you know, I took all these lovely people out there. I think I got asked to take these lovely pensioners out one day. So but it was windy, and I went into the town hall, and they were all standing there, you know, from in, because we were showing them around, and my hair was all over the place. And I went like, I said, do you know what? That wind nearly blew my wig off. And I went like that. I said, look, is that okay? And some of them said, yeah. And this old lady went, just move it over to your left, Frank. So when, and she said, that's perfect. Just great about wigs. God, blimey, it's unbelievable. Yeah, now listen, boys. Good night, everyone. Take care, one and all. See you, Waterstones, Thursday night. I have to show this. Yeah. I'm awfully sorry. I have to show it. And this is, thank you, Stephen. We'll see you. That Scarfer Badge, you can go online, get it. It's all good stuff. It really is. Stuff like this. The live a bit. Anyway, that Scarfer Badge and Michael and Michelle, go online. They do fantastic stuff. If you go in the game, they open for 2 hours in the afternoon. And you can go along to the shop. It's brilliant. Very reasonable. All great merchandise. I've had this for yonks now. And it always gets washed. And it doesn't lose its shape or anything. I think I've slept in it once. After taking our Francine out. If you know what I mean.
That's a good point.
Anyway, that Scarfer Badge. Go down there. Great stuff. They're really good, honestly. Michael and Michelle Dean. Lovely people. And this fella here, Jamie Phillips. He's on right after me, actually, in 2 minutes. He's got a chat this, later on. He's brilliant, Jamie. He's coming on Friday, by the way, on the show. Lovely fella. Brilliant. Dead genuine. And a big head. Yeah. Phil Tomo's night out. The social one. This is what it's all about. Marios Manzos. Why Jurgen Klopp was a perfect fit for Liverpool. The social one. He'll be at Waterstones on Wednesday. He'll be signing his book. And in conversation with Frank Carlyle. That's what it's all about. Not about me, but about Marios and why he wrote it and everything else about Marios. Lovely man. Waterstones, Liverpool one, Thursday, August the 17th at 6:30 to 8. And also, I just want to mention these lads, Jeff Goulden and all these books. And there's The Lost Shankly Boy, and it's all about George. This is all about George. He's a great fella. There he is with me tonight, and Francine and Tommy. And it's all about him, the lost Shankly Boy. And someone put a comment up and said, the lost Shankly Boy no more, Frank's found him. And there's another, we're going to try and get, our Francine will get this fella on, won't you, baby?
Yeah.
The voice of Anfield.
I might do, yeah.
Be good.
He
does. Yeah. He's great, George. He's a really good fella.
Yeah.
And that's it. We had dreams and songs to sing. Fantastic.
We certainly did.
Now listen, everyone.
We still have.
Yeah, of course.
Have you got something hot round your neck to eat that neck of yours?
What?
Have you got something hot round your neck to ease it?
I was sitting up in the bed. I've just slowly slipped down and I just can't move. My glasses are broke. So every time I move, me glasses...
Oh, don't mention glasses to your out, fella.
falling apart.
Oh, head better
Charlie
soon.
was. Litz was a Scouser, Frank. Oh, that's great. Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
There,
yes.
I don't know where I am with this. Ian Golder there, look. Sudacrem. I don't know what he's talking about there.
Francine's neck.
He was named after St. John, wasn't he? Ian was named after St. John, wasn't he?
Yeah, look at that. Anfield Raw. Breaking news. Michael Edwards has come out and said the legends that is George Scott has more in this tank now than Naby Keita in his prime. Just 2 years younger than George.
I would totally agree with that.
Great.
You're not far wrong.
John Sebastian left back in the changes. Yeah, look, they're all coming out with these.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Fantastic.
You set yourself up, mate. You set yourself up for these.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Thanks for the fabulous show, Frank and Co. All my best from Ohio. That's a little ditty, isn't it?
Ayo.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's who said
All
it.
right.
I said you found him, Frank. That's right, he did. Because he put a
He
little
did, yeah.
comment up. That's a cracking comment.
She?
Redbeard.
Redbeard. Oh, Redbeard, yeah, sorry. And Redbeard, Anfield Raw, thanks for the great wishes to you. Redbeard, be seeing you soon, Valley. That's lovely.
Frank, is that the chair I was sitting in the other week? Well, you're on now.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
We'll move over to the other one. Keep that warm for me, mate.
Right.
Henry said his ass.
Henry's had his bum smacked much. He needs some cream on it.
He doesn't care about that.
But he hasn't. Right. Right. David's Western, love him. Great show once again. See you soon. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, David.
See you later, Day.
Ta-ra.
Cheers.
Redbeard says, doctors diagnosed Navy with a serious allergy. He's allergic to grass. These are great. LFG TV. Big up, lads. That's big Baz, that. He's a cracking lad. Isn't that lovely?
A great lad.
Love the show tonight as always. Thanks all, says Lorna Blenko. Thank you.
Bye,
Lorna
Lorna.
Blanco.
Cheers.
Very nice name.
Lovely.
Tommy, Anfield Road says, Tommy's chair got all the chocky hobnob crumbs on it. Because you said, didn't you,
Oh,
they
wait.
had hobnobs.
Wait till I tell you about them. I opened them the other night, the cup of tea, and left the old packet.
Horrible. When that.
No, I was looking for another packet.
Do pack Tommy there.
I've got 2 packets of ginger nuts there. I'm saying no more about that.
No, that's not easy. Behave yourself.
Really quick
Anyway,
way ahead, Tommy.
Anyway, I've got to fix the wig. Listen, it's been great. Thank you all to the people
Lovely.
who've, like subscribed or liked or whatever you've done. Thank you so much. Also, to all the people out there doing this wonderful thing, and it's just shocking. Look at this. See, Tommy was looking for his ginger nut. See.
See, that's what I mean. I should have said it.
I shouldn't have said. I said Valverde. What did I say? Valverde. Did I say Valverde? Really?
Yeah, you said Vivaldi.
Finishing now.
Vivaldi.
Oh, there's a squirrel just run up the couch with ginger nuts in its mouth.
Great show, Francine. Hope you invite your guests again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's we've
Yeah,
got
thanks, Francine.
It's a good point.
not lovely. It's really nice,
I
And
feel like I've been in a skiing accident.
You're slipping further down the bed all the time.
That's Charlie.
Been on the piste.
Oh, God,
I've got the giggles.
Charlie, the old bird knows about us ginger nuts, says Red Bird.
Get it off now, Frank. Say good night to everyone now. Let's get off.
Talking ginger nuts, says Steve Evans. Fairclough wasn't too shabby, was he?
Ooh,
great.
1977.
And they had
He was
Tommy.
like the first Origi.
First of the year. Ohio knows about Tommy.
I told you not to say nothing, Valley.
All right, listen, I'm going to stop it now because I think you said
Yeah, it's getting over.
people are absolutely brilliant. And Red Bird,
Time for me, Holly.
that's the latest neck brace for Francine now, and all those little daffy things. So just for me to say thank you, people. Thank you, Francine.
Bye.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah. Cheers, Francine.
My pleasure, Frank.
See you Thursday, Frank.
See you
I'll see you
Thursday,
all.
yeah. You're coming
See you
over
Thursday.
Thursday, aren't you, Tom?
Oh,
Tommy.
I'll be there, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I'll
about
be there.
With a ginger.
I'll have my ginger nuts in my pocket.
I'm trying to be serious here. What about you,
Well,
Frank?
don't. It doesn't become you.
What about you, Thursday? God.
Yeah, I'll try
Friday.
and make it, Dad.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed
Be
to
great.
With me scarf.
Hope your neck's better by then.
Will be.
I don't really.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this.
Listen,
Thanks,
good night,
Frank.
God bless.
everyone.
I'll see you Thursday,
Yeah, Tom,
George.
see you
See you
Thursday.
Thursday,
Stay safe.
Francine.
Thursday, gang.
See you
Bye.
Thursday. Good night, God bless.
Good night.
You know what? Listen, look at this. That's the funniest show ever. Good job. We've still got our sense of humour. Thanks, Soulboy. Thank you so much. And it's just for me to say a big thank you to you all. And I just hope that Friday you'll come on again and just see what happens. They've all left me, look. Every one of them's gone. Frank, give me that old blue wrench. What's the old blue wrench? Oh, you'll have to tell me about that. That's lovely. You cheered us all off, Frank, says the Anfield Roar. Thank you, Anfield Roar. Be seeing you soon, Anfield Roar. Okay, be in touch. And let's get something going. Okay. Thank you so much, all. And it's just for me to say, I see you all on Friday, hopefully. And if you're down on do you know what? I've just got a cracking comment there. Thank you so much. Jake Kisman. Frank, you should have been on TV. You have a big personality and would have been perfect for game shows, family fortunes, etc. I can't get a word in edgeways with this, look, can I? Thank you so much, Kismet. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Okay. I'll have to now. I really will. I really will. Yeah, look at that. All the big words are coming out. Valley, yes, that's euphemism. Okay, so Right, I'm going. I've got to go. I love you all, and I'll see you all on Friday, hopefully, and more seriousness, because I have more serious people on a Thursday. But then, if you're down on Thursday, this Liverpool one, it'll be fantastic to see you all. If not, I'll see you all on Friday. And if you can't make it Friday, I'll see you all again next Tuesday. Thank you so much, and thank you, Anfield Roar and Valiers, for wanting to be the moderators. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch, and let's go from here. Okay, and it's all from me now. Is all as I can say.